Yeah, so again, welcome to our final day. Basically going to give guidelines, like I said, how we're going to proceed from here, how we're going to keep in touch from here. And if you have any question, any concern, you can feel free to raise it. And yeah, so today, the major thing I'm going to talk about is how you guys are expected to go about your demo project submission. And again, I'll just share with us. I'll take us through, because I know I took us through this while the session was kicking off, but then I just want us to go through it again for us not to make any mistake while doing our demo project, because if you're going to do anything contrary to the submission criteria, then you may not get certified. So that's exactly actually the first thing I'm going to talk about. Let me just head right here. And again, I shared with us this link in the course of sessions, but I'll just put it in the chat again. So if you follow that link, and again, I just want you to note the link for future reference. Over here, we have what the course, what you'd learn over the training. So at this point, you have perceived Web3 in the context of human history. You've done reading smart contracts in Rust in this case, writing them in Rust as well, testing, and you've as well deployed. So you've covered everything that you ought to have covered over the course, and you've as well interacted with all these. Now, here are the criteria. So the NCD submission criteria. Now, these are the guidelines you ought to follow for you to submit your project. I don't know if you guys can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Hello?
Tunaskia. Yeah, we can see.
NCD submission criteria. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, it wasn't showing from my end actually. That's why I had to ask. So the very first thing you need to ensure while doing your demo project is that you must have a smart contract project. Okay. So you can't just, go and find a smart contract that has already been implemented and just do a front end to it. No, that won't work, or that won't be certified. So you have to write a smart contract and deploy it on the near testnet and be able to interact with it, either from a web front end or a near CLI or a CLI or terminal. Okay, so that is the very first thing you ought to do. The second thing is the contract interface may not be a copy of any example or demos found online. So if you're going to find or fork a project from a Git repository, and you just submit it as it is, then you're also going to lose your certification. You're not going to be certified, because in that case, you've just used someone's work. So if you're going to use someone's work, in this case, fork a project, then ensure you, first of all, identify the original developer in your documentation, and then measure on the change you've made within the project, or what you've advanced within the project. Okay, so that way it brings some clarity on your work and the original work that was done by someone else. Now, the third thing is you should make use of the following near protocol features. And again, we looked at these. The very first one was storage. So we saw how we could persist data on the near protocol blockchain. So at least ensure that you use the lookup map. We also had the vector. So yeah, such storages, if you can utilize at least one within your project, then you're good to go. The second thing is the context. And this is where we were making use of the ENV module. env module that was availed to us by the NEAR SDK RS package. Now, if you're going to do a project and you are able to, interact with that module to, let's say, get whoever is signing the transaction, or get the amount of gas attached to the transaction, or get the attached deposit, or, very many other things that you can do with that particular module, then you are better placed to be certified. Then you also saw the assertion statement. So we were so we were basically making some assertions. So, we are availing some conditions, which if the condition is not met, so if it's not true, then the whole transaction was being reverted back or rolled back to its initial state. Yes, Alan?
I was just about to talk about your other tabs. I think there were distractions.
My other tab?
The other tabs, hand brick making machine and eco BRB clay making machine. It seems like you received a message. So yeah, there were a little bit of a distraction.
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe I can just have them closed. Let me just close these. Now I'm able to click it again. Just a minute. Is that clear now?
So.
Okay, thank you. So let me get these back there. Great. Yeah, thank you so much, Alan. So I was talking about assertion statements. So if guys, please ensure that because if you're going to do your project, then all these must have been captured somewhere within your project by default. I really doubt if you can do a smart contract without making use of any of these persisting data, using the env module to maybe find whoever has signed the transaction, or gas, things related to gas and fee attached and all that, and using the assertion statements to write your tests. So I really doubt if you can actually come up with a smart contract and fail to use this. But nevertheless, ensure you use them within your smart contract code. Then the fourth thing you need to consider is your contract should include scripts to drive it using either Bash or near CLI or near API.js in the Node.js files. So this is basically giving a front end to your smart contract. So if you're going to give it a web front end, then ensure you avail a web interface. And maybe you can host it online if possible. That will actually earn you some, make your project stand out. You can come up with a web front end, host it somewhere, submit the link, or feature the link somewhere within your smart contract documentation in your GitHub repo. And that is usually availed in the Markdown file, readme.md file, right? So that will really give your project, make your project stand out. But if you're unable to provide the web front end, then ensure you provide script files. In this case, what I was availing under scripts folder, those files, .sh files, to basically make it easy to interact with your smart contract online. Okay, so that is what we mean by providing a front end to your smart contract. Because if you just submit it and no one knows the functions you've implemented within your smart contract, then they'll not be able to interact with it. Okay, so unless you know a function or how a function was named within a particular smart contract, that is the only point you can be able to invoke that function or be able to, call that function. But if you have no idea of the kind of functions that are available in a smart contract, then you see, there will be some inconveniences. Now, the fifth thing is your repo must include a Loom video. Maybe I'll just click on that link because it's a link provided right here, loom.com. Now, Loom is basically a web platform, as you can see, where you are able to record a video. It's going to give some really clear videos. So you can use that to record your videos, and it is going to be saved in Loom. So the video is going to be saved in Loom. Now, what you'll be required to do is basically submit a link to that video. And again, I'll be showing us how we'll go about that. Now, the sixth point is your repo must include sufficient documentation to stand up your project after cloning locally. Again, I talked about the markdown file, so readme.markdown, readme.md file. Ensure you avail enough documentation about your project. So basically, what motivated you to come up with a project, why, how you implemented your project, and how to stand it up. So by starting it up is after cloning your project from GitHub repo, how do I proceed and ensure that I can be able to deploy it from my end to my wallet address and be able to interact with it from there. So just ensure you give enough documentation to your project, sufficient in this case. Now, something I never mentioned with the on point 5 about the Loom video is that it should be a maximum of either 3 to 5 minutes in length. So it shouldn't be a very long video, just something 3 to 5 minutes maximum. Should be good to go. And the last point is that your repo must include some kind of explanation of or overview of the intent of your project. Again, I think I explained this in point 6. Ensure you feature somewhere within your documentation. And you can as well talk about it in the video. What motivated you to come up with that demo project? What motivated you to, solve that solution you think is critical? Okay. So those are the 7 main things you need to consider while doing your demo project or while coming up with your projects, because this is really going to come in handy for your certification actually. So that is it about the NCD submission criteria. I'm just going to take us to now the certification form, or sorry, the submission form over here. And that should be, let me check. Yeah, right here. And again, I'm going to share this link with you guys. Now, ensure you note the link. It is the submission link. So really take keen note of that. You can copy it and paste it somewhere for future reference if you're not going to submit your project immediately. Now, if you follow that link, you should be able to get an interface resembling what you're now seeing on your screens. Near University NCD certification. Now, in this file, I'll just take us through the fields, the form fields, what is required and how we should go about it. Now, the very first one is who was running the training. And again, Sankore, or you were trained by Sankore, okay? So ensure you select Sankore. That is the very first option. Who was running the training, that is Sankore. The mainnet account is also required. So this account is what will be used to mint your certificate on the blockchain. Now, in this case, like I said, your certificate is going to be an NFT, a non-fungible token represented on the blockchain. Now, for them to be able to achieve that, they'll need a functional mainnet account. So ensure if you're able to create one, ensure you submit the account right here. It could be a very long digit 32 long, 32 character string. Okay, you can paste that here, or you can customize your wallet address. So it could be something like alan.nia. So your mainnet wallet addresses will always end in .nia if you're going to customize them. Okay. So something like that. So ensure you submit that. If you're unable to create a mainnet account, just reach out to me. We'll see how we can chip in to help with that. Okay. Then you're going to submit your valid email address. Why? Because after minting these NFT or your certificate on blockchain, they'll need to notify you. And that notification is going to come in your email address. And if in case there's going to be any follow-up they need to do with you, then that is the channel they're going to use to reach you. So ensure you provide something valid at that point. Then you give your full name. They'll appear in your certificate. So your full name as you'd want them to appear in your certificate. Then what was your project name? In this, at this point, you're going to submit the name to your project or what you named your project. Then you're going to give them as well how long you spent in creating your demo project. So it could be less than an hour. These are about an hour, several hours. I really hope, guys, we're going to fall in how many? In all the options except the last one. Okay, you're not going to take several weeks. So about 1 week, several days, and all that. So I expect you guys to fall somewhere. So again, ensure you specify that. How long have you been working with NIA? So this is since the time you began the training to that moment you'll be submitting your demo project. Okay, so it could be your first time, it could be about a day, about a week, about a month. Most of us, I know, we could be falling over here about a month or some few months. So again, just ensure you do that. Then after doing your smart contract project, you might have done the smart contract bit and also the front end. So you're going to deploy all these work to a GitHub repository, in this case, a public GitHub repository, and you'll be expected to submit your link right here. Okay. Again, ensure your project is well documented. Then project demo details. At this point, you're asked to briefly describe your project, including any slides or other documentation. Okay. So you provide a description about your project. Then right here, you realize you're being asked to please link a short video presentation, and they've bracketed the Loom platform. So if you can remember the video, the Loom platform, sorry, I just showed us, if I can get back here. So this platform, and again, I'll just share this link in the chat. Loom. So that is where you're going to record your video. And after recording your video in this platform, it is going to be saved within the platform. Then they'll give you, or they'll generate for you a link. So that is basically the link that you'll be required to submit while submitting your demo project right over here. So ensure you put the link right there. Then you can as well share a few words about yourself. So this basically helps to market yourself if there are going to be some work. And again, I'm going to take us through this. You can opt into what we call fellowship programs. So fellowship programs, if there's going to be any work, any dev opportunity that is going to come up, then they'll need to know something, a brief description about you. So again, ensure you advertise yourself well at that field. Then you can as well, your avatar, so your profile picture is going to be required as well. So ensure you attach it. then you're going to be asked a very important question down here. Are you interested in Web3 job opportunities? So again, feel free to select the option that best fits you. So this is going to help to connect you with the opportunities or roles in Web3. So that is basically what will be required of you while submitting your demo project. And again, if you've not, if you need any further clarity on that, you can just put up your hand or raise the concern on that. Yes, Okoli.
Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Paul, for the insights into the project submission. I am actually trying to create a wallet account necessary on the mainnet here. Yeah. And I can see this note there where it's saying only account names ending in .near will work. So I've created the account, but I can only see the 32 character thing.
Yeah.
And I cannot see the .near option. So I don't know if you can guide on how to go ahead to create the .near or how to customize it to .near fashion.
Okay. So, okay, it actually happens when you're creating your wallet addresses for the first time. So if you're going to create your wallet address for the first time, then you're going to be given an ugly wallet address. So this is actually mine. Hey guys, I really hope you won't hack me. Yeah, but this is it. So this is how the wallet address basically looks like. Now, for you to create a custom wallet address, just come right here, add a custom address to your wallet. I hope you can see what I've just selected. Then click on add a custom address. Then it will basically bring you right here. So over here, you can, yes?
I can't see that option.
From your end?
Yeah. What I can see in that banner is saying what's on here. Explore apps, explore DeFi, and all that.
So there's that option. That is the second option.
Yeah.
So maybe you can just navigate to the first one using the dots down here. So just click on the first dot. Maybe you can just confirm if you're able to do that.
I can't see there are no dots actually. So I'm surprised. I don't know if I can share my screen to show this, but
yeah, maybe
there are actually no
just,
dots here.
Just share your screen. I'm going to elevate you to a panelist. So
okay.
Yeah, once you join as a panelist, you should be able to share your screen. Okay. Oh, so there's no option. How about you click here, right there, then create new account. Create new account, yes, down there. Just click on that. Yeah, so try your calling. Or something that you, yeah. So I think you can just proceed with that. Okay. Or is it disabled? Your button is disabled, your preserve account button.
You need tokens for that.
Yeah.
They need tokens for that, for it to be enabled.
Yeah, they need tokens, but the tokens are usually sent. I mean, you're required to send the token after reserving the ID. After reserving that ID. Can you click on the deposit near? The deposit, yeah, right there. Okay. So your available balance is 0. So, okay, you may, how about you, can you click on send? Send option. Yeah, so you select asset near available to send. So you don't have any near, fortunately. So, okay, what you can do, you'll reach out to me after the session, then we see how we can send you some floats once you're ready with your demo project. Okay. Hello. Hello, Collie, can you hear me? Hello.
Maybe he's muted.
Collie, you could be muted.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I don't know how I got muted. Sorry. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you actually.
Okay. So I was saying that it seems your account is it doesn't have any near. So maybe you can find someone to send you dash you some near tokens, or once you're ready with your project, just let me know. We'll see how we can float you some tokens.
Okay, sorry, just to ask, when people generally create the near account, do they get tokens?
No. When you create the mainnet account, you actually are required to deposit 0.1 near token to your account for it to be activated.
Okay.
Yeah,
So,
but if you're on testnet, that is when they give out free tokens. But you know, testnet is meant for test purposes, so it's not real token.
Okay. So generally, as I've created this account, I have to deposit near from somewhere.
Yeah.
So that means there must be a user who has to send to me.
Yeah, a user can dash you some near tokens to be able
Are there other possible options for?
Yeah, you can as well use Binance. So you basically send do the transaction via Binance. Then there's P2P transaction. So you basically send someone your fiat, then they'll dash you the cryptocurrency, and that will be reflected in your wallet.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is another way.
Okay. I just wanted to confirm what that. So it means I can get from Binance. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, great.
I'll stop sharing now.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Now, I'm just going to share my screen. Oh God, no. What have I done? Okay. So share. Yeah, I was there, and I think I was done explaining this. So maybe I can just close that. So I was. Is there any other question? Maybe before I proceed. Okay, there's none. Now I wanted to show us something from the Near University page. So Near University, near.university. Yes, Cosmos. You can go ahead, Cosmos, and just raise your concern.
Oh, I can't see your screen.
Oh.
Now I can, but I was not able to see it previously.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Now, there's the Near University web page or website. Right here, you'll find you can read more about the Near University and what they do. So what I actually wanted to show us over here was we have featured courses, so featured programs. So we have NIA Certified Analyst, NCD, this is the course we've actually been doing. Then there's NIA Certified Instructor, if you want to be a trainer in that case. So we have, if you click on Learn More button, this will basically give you a description or tell you something more about the course. Okay. Then down here, this is what I wanted to show us. And maybe I can just share this link again in the chat with us. Now, right down here, we have the benefits after completing the course, right? So the very first benefit is you have access to fellowship programs. Now, fellowship programs are, they come in different packages. So you could be a developer in residence. So developer in residence, let's say you're a developer in residence in Africa. So if they're going to have any project and they want to involve their Africa developers, then you will you'll be considered for such opportunities. Okay, so after the course, you can join the NIA Edu Fellowship programs as a developer in residence, and they're basically going to engage in those projects. Now, the other benefit is if you have an idea now as a developer, you have all these skills with you, and you are able to figure out how an application can sit on the NIA protocol blockchain. Why don't you just come up, I mean, be creative, be your own entrepreneur, and just come up with a very economic idea or project that you can implement on blockchain. So if you are such a person, that you're going to have access to their grant program. So this basically means you can apply for funding to your project to build up your demo project or to build up the idea you have as the developer. And that's why if you are keen, while you are going through the submission criteria, the submission form, they were asking for some professional information or professional profile about you. Now, if you're going to do a demo project and you'd like to advance your demo project, so from just being a demo project to a real solution to the society, so you can do that and request for this funding, and they'll actually fund you. Apparently, they give up to 50K US dollars funding for a project. So again, if you're on that, please consider going for it. We also have business opportunities. You can start your own business and get funded as part of the Open Web Consortium. And again, I'll be showing us something more on this. Then there are also career opportunities. You can find a job in the NIA ecosystem. Could be a trainer, could be a developer, and all that. Now, let me just take us to this Open Web Consortium. I think it should be found in these, through this link, jobs.nia.university. And again, I'm just going to share this link with us in the chat. So those are links that you can really take note of. So here are some jobs and growth opportunities for the NIA ecosystem, talent and streams. Okay. So Open Web Consortium, OWC, here are all the opportunities they have. So you can as well apply for all these: crypto, research partner, investor. So let me look for something dev related. Something dev related. So we have core engineer, database development, senior core engineer, front-end engineer, and all this. So guys, all these are opportunities. If you're there and you're asking what next after the training, you have your skills, you believe in yourself, go ahead and apply for all these opportunities right here. And they are full-time, and most of them are remote. So you don't have to worry about commuting from one geographical area to the other. As long as you have stable and good internet connection, you're good to go. So all these are opportunities for you. Okay. Yeah. Any question up to that point? Any question? And again, please take note of the links I've just shared. Yes, someone is Cosmos. Your hand is
Yes.
up.
Oh, I didn't light.
Okay. Okay. Okay, great. Awesome. So guys, is there any question, any concern any of you might have for me?
I have a question.
Okay.
Like, do you earn some? Is that NFT worth something?
Which NFT?
The certification.
Or the certificate NFT. So, okay, that is it is not actually earning you any token. The point behind it is availed on blockchain, and so it no one can how do I say, invalidate. No one can invalidate the certificate. Unlike, I know you've heard of these issues. Someone graduating from a higher learning institution, then most of the during the political period, you find that the person's credentials, that is the person's certificate, is rejected. The claim is they forged the certificate and all that. So with your certificate on blockchain, such a claim is not possible, because once your certificate is there, no one can go back to the servers and make the change. Okay. So that is the whole point. So basically representing it as an NFT on the blockchain to prevent any mutability of the record sometimes later or in the future. Is that
Can you make more than one submission?
No.
Yeah. Well, okay, you can make more than one submission, but the certificate, based on the information you've provided, will do what? Will remain just to be the same. We had actually one of our students that made 2 submissions. So he did the first project, but then he felt he never did it right. So he did another one and also submitted, and all the certificates went through. Sorry, all the projects went through, so they were all approved. But the certification just happened once because he was already certified previously. Okay.
Okay.
So there's no need of submitting again or doing the resubmission. If you're actually submitting if you're submitting your GitHub repo and you feel there's an update you want to do, and it is not okay, let's say you submit your demo like today, then in 3 days or before 3 days elapses, you feel that there's an update you really wanted to make within your project, then you can make the change. But if you're planning to make the change after a week or after 2 weeks, then they might have gone through your project and they may not be able to see it, or they may not be able to get back to your project. So it's I usually advise my students to do the updates in 3 days time, if possible, to your project. Okay. Yeah, I really hope that does it. So at this point, I'm going to welcome Cynthia, who is also going to talk to us, tell us 1, 2, 3, then we'll be giving directions further on how we're going to interact now that the training has come to an end. So welcome, Cynthia.
Thank you, Paul. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Actually, a big thank you for everyone who joined us throughout the training. we don't take it for granted. Thank you so much. And I hope we've learned something. And this training will actually help you to work on your project. That's all for me. I don't have so much to say, actually.
Okay, thank you, Cynthia, for that. So, guys, maybe just before we conclude, because I can see just some few minutes to the top of the hour, here's how we're going to keep in touch with you guys. So we first of all going to follow up with your demo projects. So basically, Cynthia will be, you'll find Cynthia so much on your case if you're already taking too long with your demo project. So please, when you receive our emails or our calls, don't dodge them, don't assume them. We're just trying to follow up if you're making any progress with your demo project. And if there's any assistance you might need, then we're just a call away. So again, Cynthia will be helping us establish that with time. So if again you're going to face any challenge within your code or your demo project, feel free to reach out to me or any one of us. You can as well post it in the group. We have quite a number of experts there who can as well help address your issue or your challenge. So those are some of the ways you're going to keep tabs. Then there's another form. I don't know if I'll find this, but there's another form I wanted to share with us. Let me just find this, guys. So it is going to be once you're done with your demo project, you've got certified, we have what we call a pool of developers. So at this point, you're basically going to register your interest to be engaged in opportunities that are going to come in Sankore, development related. So that is basically what I want to share with us. Let me just see if I'll be able to find this here. Yeah, so I'm going to paste this in the chat. So that is the link. You can always fill it once you're certified and just follow the instructions there. And as well displays to us from my browser. Yeah, so this is basically Sankore Academy pool of experts, those who've been certified. So we'll basically require your email address, your phone number, your first name, your last name, a GitHub repository to your project, and in this case, a project done in Rust, because you're going to work on real projects. So you ought to have some experience with the Rust programming language. So your project or your demo project must be done in Rust. Then in this case, you can select the course. In your case, it should be NCD, and years of experience in the relevant course undertaken. So at this point, the NCD course, so your years of experience with software development, that is basically what you are asking right here. So once you provide that information, you can just hit on submit. And again, you can read all this description. It will help you understand what is expected of you and how we're going to basically process that information. Yeah. So yeah, that is it, guys. That is basically it. So again, just to reiterate, if you're facing any challenge with your demo project, reach out to me. If you want to open up your mainnet account, your mainnet wallet address, and you feel you're facing some bit of challenges, again, reach out to me. We're going to see how we can help once you're ready with your demo project. Okay. So we're only going to help you. We're only going to help you open up a mainnet wallet account or fund the creation of the same once you're done with your demo project or once you're ready with your demo project. Okay. So please feel free to reach out to me. We're going to help you. We're going to help fund the creation of the same. And yeah, I think I've covered everything I had. So guys, please, let's keep in touch. I've noted your records. So please, when we reach out to you, don't hesitate. Don't hesitate to